Biology Part 105. This is because the sensory fibers arise in the early development as outgrowths from the neural crust material, and in the adult their cell bodies are grouped separately from the CNS, forming a swelling in each dorsal root called the dorsal root ganglion. All the motor fibers leave the spinal cord via the ventral root. This has no swelling because the motor neurons develop from cells located in the neural tube of the embryo. Thus, in the adult spinal cord, the cell bodies of the motor neurons lie in central butterfly-shaped region called the gray matter. A cross-section of the human spinal cord is shown in the figure. Within the gray matter, the motor neurons are restricted to the ventral horn and the lateral horn regions, while numerous interneurons are present in the pars intermedia and dorsal horn region. Sensory fibers enter the dorsal horn. The dendrites and the cell bodies of all these neurons lack myelin sheath and are exposed for synaptic contact. Consequently, virtually all the synaptic connections in the spinal cord occur in the gray matter. Surrounding the gray matter is a region of white matter containing numerous long nerve fibers. Many of the fibers are insulated by myelin sheath, and these are responsible for the whitish appearance of the region. Ascending fibers carry the sensory impulses towards the brain, while descending fibers snaps with the motor neuron to produce appropriate motor response. As indicated in the figure, the ascending and descending fibers are organized into tracts, each tract having a definite origin and destination. This highly ordered structure contributes to an efficient routing. Routing of information contributes to an efficient routing of the information, which keeps individual communication distances as short and fast as possible. Spinal reflexes. In the CNS, the vertebrate simple decisions are made at the level of the spinal cord, while more complex decisions are referred to the brain. The simplest responses are rapid and automatic and are termed the reflexes. One of the most familiar examples of the reflex action is the knee-jerk reflex, or the stretch reflex produced when the tendon below the kneecap is tapped. As you can see from the picture, the sense organ of the responses are muscle spindles embedded in large quadriceps muscles of the thigh. These consist of the sensory nerves attached to the small bundles of the modified muscle fibers enclosed by connective tissues. They respond to the stretching of the muscles. Tapping the tendon stretches the quadriceps muscles and stimulates the muscle spindles, producing a burst of the sensory impulses which travel towards the spinal cord. Here, the sensory neuron snaps directly with the appropriate motor neuron, so that after a short delay the quadriceps muscles contract to give the characteristic knee jerk. Since the pathway of reflex involves only a single set of synapses in the spinal cord, the reflexes are said to be monosynaptic. The importance of the stretch reflex is that the body muscles automatically adjust to the load placed upon them. Thus, a person jumping to the ground can avoid collapsing in the heap because his stretch reflexes are created. The necessary tension in the leg muscles, stretch reflexes also play an essential part in controlling body movement and maintaining in basic muscle tone. A second type of spinal reflex is called withdrawal reflex. It is illustrated in the figure, which shows what happens when a person steps onto a pin. The pathway normally involves one or more interneurons, so that there may be several more interneurons So there may be several synapses in the spinal cord